Welcome to another 2015 AQA Comp 1 exam programming solution tutorial. And we're looking at the capture the Sarrum code, which hopefully you are pretty familiar with now. We're going to be looking at a problem which says that you might be asked to show all of the legal moves. And I'm going to go through the problems, the hints and the solutions here, so you just have to pause at the appropriate times. The problem is that most chess game software has an option that if you click on a piece, it will then highlight all the places on the board that piece is legally allowed to move. So for our game, after we've inputted the start square, we kind of need a list of finished squares that it is legal for the player to type in. Now there's no way we're going to be displaying this on the board. That would be an absolute nightmare. If you can think of a way of doing it, please feel free to post, but certainly handling how you have potential captures, absolute nightmare. So we're going to show you, I want to show you just one after. So I've got a sample game here, and let's go for white squish squish juice, and we can see, let's make this bigger, which in fact is a very good idea because chances are there are going to be times in the exam where you're going to want to capture more than just the board. So it's perfectly acceptable for you to make the screen bigger for your screenshots into the EAD. So this is the piece we've selected, 8-1, and it has put it in order of 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1. They're all valid squares, including that capture. And we've also got 8-2 and 8-3, which is that capture. So that makes sense because this moves basically like a rook. Go all the way across there to take that, or all the way across there to take that. Job done. And then I would type it in here, and you may or may not have actually had to validate. So let's have a little look about how we're actually going to do this. You don't have to create a new procedure, but I'm saying you should. You don't have to do it directly after input, but it's pretty pointless if you don't. So I would say that you input in this start square, and then you call this procedure, and that procedure then uses check move is legal, an already existing procedure, which then obviously has got lots of subcalls, and you simply do it for every single square. Passing the start square, loop through and passing all the potential finished squares one after another, and all you have to do is only output the finished square returns a true. So you can do that with an if statement. So in other words, what we're saying is a couple of loops and an if statement. Now there's a few things check move in legal needs that isn't currently in the get move, so there's going to be a bit of extra parameter passing. Well, I strongly suggest that you pause your video now and have a good go at doing that before you look at the solution. And in 5 seconds time I'm going to bring up the solution and talk you through it. Okay, I hope you're ready for it. The way we're going to do this is let's look at the procedure that I've created, just so you can see that strategy. This is the crucial selection statement. All I'm saying is if, and I'm just making a simple call to the function, check move is legal, pass it board, start rank, start file, I, J, whose turn. Let's just see what those actually represent. So let's comment that out and come back here and look. Check move is legal requires board, start rank, start file, finish rank, finish file, whose turn it is. That's what it actually requires. So what we're passing is board, start rank, start file. That's fine. And then crucially, finish rank and finish file are simply two integers which are generated by these two for loops. You need to be careful that this is finish rank, finish file. You must remember that board has its organisation being rank and file, not file and rank, in terms of the two dimensions. And whose turn, obviously passing whose turn as well. Now, if this returns legal, as in it returns true, the if statement will run this line. And all I'm doing is saying write line, and just write line J and I, the two numbers. And this time we are doing file and rank because that's how we display the board. There's a little bit of jiggery pokery here. I've obviously had to declare start rank and start file here, and I've just literally copied and pasted the code for how we get those two numbers. See my other video if you don't understand this modern div. Okay, that all seems pretty reasonable. I've obviously just passed in start square, board, and whose turn into ShowLegalMoves. Let's see where we actually call that. We're now in getMove, ShowLegalMoves. Those are three parameters that were passed in. Start square has just been entered in, but we've got a problem. Board and whose turn is not passed into this procedure. So I've had to add to the program interface board and whose turn it is, which means I've got to add into the call up here getMove the two parameters I've just added, and that's it. So make sure you pass the parameters to getMove. Make sure you do a call with the correct parameters being passed through. Loop through every single square and run check move is legal. It's actually quite simple. Just outputting where check move is legal actually returns true. I really like it. I think it's a nice use of modular programming. The idea that you can reuse those modules. I really like the fact that it's reusing the same bit of maths. I think it's quite an elegant solution, and by that I mean I think it's something that could come up. I could see 5 or 6 marks quite nicely. It's also very testable, very easy to ask you to test something on that sample game, and for a nice easy output that can be screenshotted and put into the EAD. So I think it's worth you having a look at this. I hope you found that tutorial useful, and feel free to make comments, ask questions. I'll try my best to answer them. Thank you.